First, I'm going to disclose that for the first time in several months, my left heel is hurting. This began to occur shortly after I moved inside. And sometime after that, I met a man who said he was a securities broker and investment advisor. I had asked him to assist me in doing what was necessary to acquire my own securities license. He did not engage me in a good faith effort, and I did not continue with him. But I'm concerned that he took my resume and, because of other factors, may have had access to my primary identification documents and set up black ops accounts on me or other accounts connected to my request to obtain information on how to become a securities broker. One of the things he told me when I met with him is that he had had an injury in his heel and talked about it and all the stuff about the convalescence. I understood it as what was supposed to be a subconscious implant. And the way it's manifested, I understand, is that when he, and specifically high risk accounts, are working using my identity, my heel hurts. I have confirmation of certain correlations with particular factors, those sort of verbal benchmarks he set up in those meetings. It's been happening since at least 2016. Very rarely do I actually get to have a conversation with somebody that appears to be capable of assessed as having a mental capacity to be held accountable for any criminal culpability. And when they do, they say things, and somehow it ends up benchmarking. And it's as if I'm supposed to go chase down their deals, and somehow it gets recounted and recorded. The problem is that if they think they're actually qualified to do that, often they fail to perform in very important roles that would allow for those things to be secured, and it accrues. Now, when I was younger, during the 2016 presidential campaign season, for instance, I didn't understand that's what they were doing. I thought we were having a conversation. They were sharing something about their life and what they did. I might have shared something about my life and what I did. At some point, inevitably, however, I would be deemed to be dangerous or just not the kind of person they felt like they wanted to be around. And I spent years hustling deals that they would either try to claim or somebody that was supposed to be swapped out as their replacement was supposed to claim. And when I refused to consummate it with a sex act, I got depreciated. Until the point where very shortly thereafter I ended up on the streets trying to deal with things on my own account, trying to be cognizant of the fact that I also talked to them about things. And now I'm in a situation where when I do get to actually speak to another person, my currency is running at a completely incompatible level with the only currency I'm allowed to have access to. And it doesn't cover what it needs to cover. Now, today is September 30th, 2020. There's a very important benchmark that needs to be made today. It's one I perhaps was involved with others making, but it's one that I made at the time because at the time it was an emergency and nobody thought it was a priority to respond. This is part one.